wisdom. Now we're going into the depths where this was used to be taught secretly, because people don't understand it, and I've heard many it's very, very challenging overcoming not self-grasping but self-cherishing. But it's actually really, before the mind can get abstract, and self-cherishing itself can come up with very subtle excuses not to look at self-cherishing. So I'll give you an example. It's very difficult to refute. Right. When you're looking after your babies, young Jen, do you love them? You love them more than yourself? Did you go out of existence? No. Okay, so you don't go out of existence. Did you feed yourself? Did you enjoy looking after your babies? What was it like when you got tired and the selfish mind came back? Was there any point you start to get annoyed? Was it because of the action of having to look after your child that you've been doing 100 times before? Or was it because your mind changed? There it is. So, the happiest people I know are mothers who have just given birth. They don't have it's just, they've gone on to someone else. And Buddhists, mystics who really, really working on their self-cherishing, they don't go out of existence. They still eat, they can still look after themselves. They enjoy themselves more than other people. So the misapprehension that I'm not going to look after this temple, it's not that. My hope is that because the way we've studied and practiced, we haven't started here. Like, we didn't start just working on your moral discipline and being a good. We kind of start with consciousness. Some teachers just go just consciousness and try and hope that ethics arise from it. Ultimately, our ethics will arise from our consciousness. But we want that understanding that the I that we grasp at, we've got some experience that we know it doesn't exist. When the mother's looking after the child, when we're really in love, we're not there as an ego. We're there as a being. So we know that consciousness is there. Consciousness is there. Yeah. But this self-cherishing, there's a great mystic in the Gnostic tradition who had no ego. Yeah, like when you realize emptiness, you'll realize that there's no ego, and then we work on getting rid of the karma. And he said when he went into the absolute, he still felt fear. It's a very profound kind of understanding of that. It's the traces of self-cherishing, like this energy around looking after the me. So it's very profound. Yeah. So this self that the person, that's what it's called in, like with Muji, like called the person. We call it the ego, the false self that generates in our mind. That we watch in Mahamudra. It doesn't exist. And in this meditation, we've seen how much we just focus on it. It's a cherishing, right? Like it's just focusing on what it wants. And it's impossible. And that's the cause of all our suffering. And we have to penetrate in. We can't just rush, right? You can't just believe that. You won't believe it, so just don't be silly. Well, but we still can generate this determination. The object of this meditation is, I must abandon self-cherishing. Yeah, and it's with our knowledge, we understand this is samsara. It's the root. This is what we're trying to remove, to become pure beings in consciousness, in love. This is the obstacle to love. There's many ways to look at it, so we don't think it's, oh, but we will see that it's profound. It's very deep, right? And you don't think, oh, I'm bad. It's not you. That's the other thing, right? That's the point. You've got some taste of consciousness. It's like, this is the self. This is the not self. And we cherish the not self. And by engaging in it, we see that this is where our problems go. So this is what we're going to contemplate. Don't think whatever happens, oh, I'm a bad person, or I'm selfish. We're all selfish, okay? Okay? We are, right? It's like, and some meditation master, you can't get rid of this. This is what separates the Mahayanas. The bodhicitta, it's like an unbelievable mind. But just even investigating this is like, wow. But you'll see when you go into Mahamudra, and we went through on retreat, all the kind of things that come up, it's all because of self-cherishing. There'll still be this cherishing that, like, I want a deeper taste of God, and if I don't get it, I get upset. It's still this. It's amazing. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. The object is this, I must abandon this self-cherishing if it arises, but we're investigating and looking, and we must get try and penetrate into it. Some of it's very subtle, and it's to do with karma and the understanding of everything that has ever caused us a problem is either directly or indirectly because of this mind, not us. Not when we're in consciousness. When we're in consciousness, everything's great. Yeah. Don't be a nihilist. Don't think you're going to go out of existence. That was the point of talking to them. The mother doesn't go out of existence. The mother just doesn't have self-cherishing, and that's why life's beautiful. It's very important. Okay? We'll start the Siddhanta.
My life is blessed with the path of the awakened ones, but death is coming. I do not know when this dreamlike life will end. I must awaken. I turn my heart to the only refuge and protection, the holy Dharma. With pure intent I fly towards spiritual freedom, self-affirmation. I go for refuge to God, all the great perfection, pristine awareness. I go for refuge to wisdom and the precious path of love, bodhicitta. I go for refuge to the awakened beings who revealed the truth, the holy Sangha. Lord Jesus Christ, Muhammad, peace be upon him, Lord Buddha. I go for refuge to the Sufis, yogis and yoginis, the lineage masters. I go for refuge to spiritual friends and helpers, God's servants. I go for refuge to my root Guru appearing as Padmasambhava. Come here before me to bless my heart and open me to thee, divine union. true intention of bodhicitta. Please bless me with the courage to walk the bodhisattva's path. May I awaken to benefit all living beings. May I awaken to benefit all living beings. May I awaken to benefit all living beings.
The path begins with strong reliance on my kind teacher, source of all good. Oh, bless me with this understanding to follow him with great devotion. This human life with all its freedoms I stream nearer with so much meaning. Oh, bless me with this understanding all day and night to seize its essence. My body like a water bubble decays and dies so very quickly. After death come results of karma, just like the shadow of a body. With this firm knowledge and remembrance, bless me to be extremely cautious, always avoiding harmful actions and gathering abundant virtue. Samsara's pleasures are deceptive, give no contentment, only torment. So please bless me to strive sincerely to gain the bliss of perfect freedom. Oh, bless me so that from this pure thought come mindfulness and greatest caution, to keep as my essential practice the doctrine's root, the pratimoksha. Just like myself, all my kind mothers are drowning in samsara's ocean. Oh, so that I may soon release them, bless me to train in bodhicitta. But I cannot become a Buddha by this alone without three ethics. So bless me with the strength to practice the bodhisattva's ordination, by pacifying my distractions and analyzing perfect meanings. Bless me to quickly gain the union of special insight and quiescence, when I become a pure container through common paths, bless me to enter. the essence, practice of good fortune, the supreme vehicle, Vajrayana. The two attainments both depend on my sacred vows and my commitments. Bless me to understand this clearly and keep them at the cost of my life. By constant practice in 4 sessions the way explained by holy teachers. Oh, bless me to gain both the stages which are the essence of the Tantras. May those who guide me on the good path and my companions all have long lives. Bless me to pacify completely all obstacles, outer and inner. May I always find perfect teachers and take delight in holy Dharma. Accomplish all grounds and pass swiftly and gain the state of Vajradhara.
Visualize from the Holy Spiritual Guide the realizations from his mind in the form of light and nectars entering into your heart chakra, where your mind is immediately transformed into the wish to abandon self-cherishing. Abandoning cherishing the false self. We take a moment to bring to mind equanimity. And we recall our realization that every living being has been our mother. And we bring to mind the wish to repay the kindness of all mother living beings, remembering how kind they were. And bring to mind the realization of equalizing self and others, the wish to cherish others as much as we cherish ourselves. How valuable others are. Every living being is an I am. So we're developing our mind of love. This is the function of this meditation. The obstacle to love is a delusional sense of self that we think is more important than anything else in the universe. We contemplate the danger of doing this. It has been explained that self-grasping ignorance observes the mere I and grasps it as existing inherently. For ordinary beings, self-cherishing is a mind that holds the inherently existing self, conceived by self-grasping, to be supremely important. Self-cherishing arises in dependence upon self-grasping. These two are like inseparable friends and are the source of all our problems. Take a moment to reflect of how much of our day and time and how much of our life is spent trying to solve problems. And they never, ever end. Just contemplate that the spiritual master is actually telling you the source of every problem. It's no small thing. Due to our self-cherishing mind, we develop a strong desire to secure our own welfare. But to do this, we sometimes have to engage in unwholesome actions, which cause us to experience suffering and dissatisfaction. Every negative action of karma that we've looked at, its motivation is self-cherishing. In this way, all our problems, external and internal, arise directly or indirectly from our attitude of self-cherishing and cannot be traced to any other source. In his guide to the Bodhisattva's way of life, Shantideva said that every single suffering that is experienced in this world arises as a result of self-cherishing. So, Buddha, Venerable Geshe-la, Shantideva are laying down a high claim for our mind to investigate. You cannot find a single piece of suffering that hasn't come about due to self-cherishing. It's not because of your mum. It's not because of the government. It's not because of the food. It's because of your mind of self-cherishing. So we need to investigate this for the rest of our life. In one of his former lives, Buddha Shakyamuni was a bodhisattva called Powerful Heart. One day he went into a forest with a group of friends and saw there a starving tigress with many cubs. It had been so long since the tigress had been unable to find any food that she was preparing to kill and eat one of her cubs. When he saw this, Powerful Heart declared, "This clearly demonstrates that there is not one good thing that can be said about samsara, since even a mother can be driven to do this. How? It is only her self-cherishing mind that could lead her to do such a thing." What it doesn't say in Joyful Path is that he then offered his own body to the tigress as food to save the cub. we can contemplate that towards our own mother or our children or our friend, we may be so happy to cook them some food. It gives us great delight. And then one day we do the same action of cooking them food, but we're tired. And the self-cherishing mind comes in. And then it's painful. And then we blame them. And then we get angry. And then we say horrible things or think horrible things. And we cause pain and suffering. The self-cherishing mind thinks it's because they have to cook food for the person and blames the person. But the pain has come because that mind has arisen, and then it changes our perception of reality. True or not? You can start to go deep into your own life. All the times you blame someone else, but isn't it just that your mind changed? What causes a criminal to experience all the miseries of imprisonment? The real criminal is the self-cherishing mind that drove him to commit his crime. Similarly, when a mouse is caught in a trap, its own self-cherishing is what really traps it, because self-cherishing drives the mouse to snatch the cheese. Again, when a fish is caught, its own self-cherishing is what drives it to bite the fisherman's bait and become impaled upon the hook. And we can reflect in our own life the times we got into trouble or had a difficult situation arise. But what led us there? Discontent, dissatisfaction, the self-cherishing mind wanting something. Then we'll blame the situation or the other person. Strong desire starts arising. The self-cherishing mind wants something. What causes us to experience suffering if someone comes to take our possessions or kill us? It is our self-cherishing mind alone that is directly or indirectly responsible for our pain and fear. The miseries we experience in this life, such as the sorrow of losing those who are dear to us, the miseries of poverty, or the pains of illness, all arise in dependence upon our taking cyclic rebirth, and cyclic rebirth comes as a result of past actions we have committed out of self-cherishing. If someone comes to inflict harm upon us, they do so as a result of our own past negative actions, and as they approach us, we feel frightened only because we continue to cherish ourselves and value our own welfare so highly. The misfortunes we experience now come as a result of our past self-cherishing, and our present feelings of pain or fear come from the self-cherishing we have right now. Thus, it is extremely dangerous to encourage and enhance this enemy of self-cherishing, or to allow ourselves to be dominated by it. Just as you're reflecting, if you get caught up in something abstract, remember your experiences of Mahamudra and consciousness, and what it would be like to abide there, or the love you have for your child or your mother, to abide there. And compare it to that cherishing mind. It's possible that if you're just resting in the Mahamudra consciousness or the love for your child, you would not be afraid if someone came. You'd protect your child. Or you maybe laugh if someone came to stab you. This is documented. Many meditators do not die with fear. And that can be you. But you have to abandon this habit of cherishing the false self. When someone speaks harshly to us, we feel hurt and unhappy. Why? Only because we think we are so important. If we did not think so, words of criticism, blame, or mockery could not hurt us. All the different kinds of hurtful speech have power to inflict pain upon us only by virtue of our own self-cherishing. With self-cherishing, such words lacerate our mind as they are spoken, and we rub salt into our wound by remembering them over and over again. Then we feel angry and hold a grudge against the other person, all because we feel we are so precious. Again, if we lend our possessions to someone and they neglect to return them, we become agitated and keep thinking about how the person has not returned our possessions. But if our self-cherishing were not so strong, we would not worry so much about what others do with our possessions. Self-cherishing makes us feel upset every time our wishes are not fulfilled and we do not get what we want or what we expected to receive. But when someone else's wishes are not fulfilled, we have no such feeling. If a businessman does not get what he wants, or if someone else has to live in poverty, or if an animal is taken off to be slaughtered, these things do not cause us the pain we feel when our own desires are frustrated. Both the smallest and the greatest sufferings arise from self-cherishing. If we eat too much food, or if our food is bad and we become sick, we are inclined to blame the food for our suffering. If we check, we will find that it is our own self-cherishing that inflicts our suffering, because we ate the food in the first place with an attitude of self-cherishing. Even the minor irritation of having an insect or a mouse in our room arises from our attitude of self-cherishing. Any discomfort we experience while we are meditating comes from self-cherishing. If something disturbs us, we become upset and inwardly we shout in protest, "I am trying to meditate." We feel that it is supremely important that our own meditation sessions go very well, and we find it hard to tolerate any interruption, but we do not attach the same importance to other people's spiritual practice. Just as these small sufferings come about as a result of self-cherishing, so do the greatest sufferings people can experience, such as the sufferings of war. Contemplate these points deeply until it arises in our mind the determination, I must abandon self-cherishing. We hold that single-pointedly. If we lose it, we return back to the contemplations.
Vajaguru Padma Siddhi Om. Om 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 Vajaguru Padma Siddhi Om. Please remove all outer and inner obstacles, grant the four empowerments, and enter into my heart. At the time of my death, please take me into your heart. Bless me to be a true bodhisattva. Through my practice of Dharma, may all living beings awaken. May the precious supreme bodhicitta grow where it has not yet grown. Where it has grown, may it not decrease, but flourish forevermore. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Amen.
So, in the meditation break, we should be ever mindful of the faults of self-cherishing, and by repeatedly recalling the determination we made in meditation, try gradually to abandon it. Whenever we experience difficulties or suffering, we should not blame other people or the external situation. Rather, we should remember that ultimately all our problems arise from self-cherishing. Therefore, when things go wrong, we should blame only our self-cherishing mind. By practicing in this way, our self-cherishing, the root of all faults, will gradually diminish and eventually cease altogether. So we don't become morbid and psychotic and unrealistic. We're just observing. So when something's happening, we just see self-cherishing. That's why that's suffering coming from. It's like we want to completely rejoice when we've noticed a decrease in self-cherishing. So we make someone a cup of tea and we feel good about it. We'll get into tomorrow the benefits of cherishing others. Like, wow, it's so good. And if you notice like some pain, the mind comes back, that's self-cherishing. You just notice, there it is, it's causing me pain. And there are many kind of black magicians, there's many evil people on this planet, it's from very dark forces who try and convince you that everything we do is selfish. They intellectually kind of look at the self and think you can't do anything that's not selfish. Whereas the self acts very efficiently, like a mother with her child, and it's selfless. They'll try and convince you it's not. They'll try and convince you that it's the mother's still being selfish. They're evil. Yeah? It's like selfless action. And just when your joy comes, it's because the self-cherishing is diminished. But you'll notice even when you're at the peak of ecstasy, there's still some pain, right? It's incredible. It's still something there. And we just notice it. We just keep noticing. This is very deep, very powerful, and self-cherishing can come back in many ways. But if you just go, I'm going to get rid of it, that's self-cherishing itself. And you can notice that it's like a profound problem. But the kind of grace and joy that we want, and this type of action, let me tell you about the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. So, after a long period of absolute isolation in which the community wouldn't let them trade, basically eat. I think they started eating twigs and leaves because the hunger was so intense. And this lasted over a year, it might have been 2 years, a year, but just intense suffering from his people. All the people he knew and grew up with. And they say, probably as a result of this, his beloved wife died. Can't say in a Kajida. She believed in him even when his first revelation from God, and he's like, this intense experience is happening, am I possessed? And she went, you are a righteous man. God cannot do anything wrong to you. And she believed in the revelation. She nurtured the revelation. He loved her so much. She was his absolute rock. And she died. And then very soon after, his uncle, who was basically his father in life, who protected him from the rest of the community because he was the head, and he wouldn't let them kill the prophet, because he was his nephew. He wasn't a Muslim, but he wouldn't let anyone kill him. He died as well. And so if you can understand this, the people just a long time, these people want to kill him, and he's been starving for years, and his wife died as a result of this starvation, and then his uncle died, and then he went to the first place he could think of for refuge before Medina and said, will you please take me and my community in? And they stoned him. And as he was on the outskirts of the town, he's said so much blood his sandals filled up. He was made a prayer to God. It's just right, my people are against me, everyone is against me. Even when I go for refuge, it's against me, but you are the God of the outcasts and the abandoned ones. You are my God. He's gone, I probably prefer it to have ease, but am I doing something wrong? Is that why this is happening? This is what I'm asking. But if I'm not complaining. In fact, I'm happy with how things are happening because you know best. This is his prayer. Oh, he's contemplate. Someone just calls us a name, right? Someone at work calls us a name, and we collapse for days, speaking to our partner about, well, why would they call me a name? You just and he's just the absolute peak of difficulty. Yeah, but he's still trying to sort it out. He just doesn't have self-cherishing. It's he's experiencing pain, and it's related to many times he wept as well, like Jesus. But he didn't have self-cherishing. And just try and get the sense that you still exist and act and function and do things, and there's no self. That man is just inconceivable, right? But we can be like that. And then right after that, this intense difficulty, he had his experience of coming close to God, when he ascended into God and he received the prayer that they do. And we do the verse in the Quran, after difficulty comes ease. After difficulty comes ease. If we have everything too easy, sometimes, and we're really getting into our meditation, sometimes we don't spot the self-cherishing. It's underlined. So we'll get difficulties to come up and we'll see, oh, there it is again. Or we get challenged and we see whenever the problems come, because we go back into the grasping at the self. Yeah, it's a very challenging. This is the path, right? This is but never forget that this is the obstacle to love and grace and joy, and whenever we're not experiencing that, we check, it's going, oh, this has arisen again, it's got me again. But a good one's just an insect in the room, right? How dare a part of the universe enter my sphere? Right? How dare there be a world that goes on all around me and it comes near me? It's an extraordinary mind, isn't it? The self-cherishing mind. It's everything should just go according to my plan. Right? And when it doesn't, we suffer. It's crazy. It's a crazy mind. That's what we're looking at. But so don't get morbid. Oh, I'm selfish. We're all selfish. Even when you remove the ego, the traces of this mind will still move through us. Well, so we do it joyfully. We just notice. It's this is the self-observation. We do not beat ourselves up. You'll just be amazed that we start to see it. You'll just start to see that it's the root of all wars, all the conflicts, because people can't love each other. Really, it's perennial, right? But it's ignored. And look at how many problems come in our culture because of our kids being told just to cherish yourself, cherish your body, so they can buy products and things like this. It's tragic state of affairs. Anyway, I just wanted to speak a little bit longer because I know from experience that the mind can get a little bit morbid and obsessive about, oh, I'm selfish. It's like, and I'm not going to function. It's not like that at all. Okay? Yeah. Everyone good? Saturday night, won't go into any questions. So we haven't spoken for a while. I'm kind of curious how everyone's getting on. Maybe tomorrow night we can have a little chin wag for 15 minutes. In the meantime, enjoy. no, it's the self-cherishing. And please laugh at yourself. Just please laugh at yourself. Thank you very much for your time and work on the self. May God bless you. May the blessings and the light of Muhammad and Jesus and Buddha enter into us, that we abide in laughter, light and love, and bless our families with our joy. Okay, thank you.